There.
All right. Waiting on one more to come up. Check that real quick.
Waiting on my Facebook. Says I'm live. It doesn't show that I'm live. There, now it shows I'm live. All right.
All right. Back over there. Let's add some extra stuff here that I don't need.
Your screen. There you go. Okay, your screen was frozen for a second.
Oh, well, I think I was closing off tabs, and it may have just
Gotcha. Okay, whenever you're ready, I'll start.
I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay.
Let me get the thing going. Yep, go.
Okay. 3, 2. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to This Podcast Takes Tokens. I'm Ryan, joined by my brother Derek. You've hit the spot where we're just going to talk about all the things we grew up loving, mainly movies, but some video games, comic books, music thrown in there sometimes, maybe a little bit of television. Today we're going to be talking about Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. We're going to hit our intro. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about it. Stick with us. Thanks for being here. We'll see you on the other side.
See ya. Your local video store card.
A comic book in your back pocket.
Games with no tutorials.
Music you had to discover.
And drinking water straight from the hose.
These are the things us millennials remember fondly. We are the Jennings brothers.
Join us after the streetlights come on
as we race our bikes from the top of the hill
right down memory lane.
Exchange those quarters because this podcast takes tokens.
Boom! Here we are. We're going to talk about Indiana Jones. I made a blank there. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yeah.
All right, getting into this. We're going to hit the numbers first like we always do, and then we'll get into discussing the movie. Released May 24th, 1989. A budget. A pretty decent sized budget on this thing. $48 million budget on that. You want to take a shot at what the domestic gross was for this overall?
$40 million budget. How much did it make?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they did wrap it up, but I feel like they plan on wrapping it up. I think they made back their budget and then some. I'm gonna go $90 million.
$197.2 million.
Wow.
On this.
Okay.
Okay.
They didn't make a fourth one for a while.
I know. Because it was complete after this third one.
Yeah,
we'll get into that in a second. Worldwide gross.
Ooh, it's got to be even higher, obviously.
Oh, sure.
250 million.
You're hold on to your seat for this one.
My.
Worldwide gross, $48 million budget, $474 million.
Wow. And again.
Wow.
Only 3. Well, I guess like eventually they did talk him back into a fourth one, but
yeah,
man, that's crazy.
It's I couldn't believe it. Still can't believe it. That can't be right.
I'm surprised there wasn't more like games or anything else along the way. Like nothing. Like this was kind of it for a while.
Yeah, I mean, like we were in the time when like, Sunsoft and all that stuff was doing licensed games. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't do one for this. Tomato meter.
Oh yes. Critic reception. I'm gonna go with low to mid 80s. 83.
84. You are like almost 84. Right there. Almost right now. Yeah.
I'll take it.
Popcorn meter, audience score.
Audience score is going to be a little higher. They're a little
Mhm.
more favorable typically, especially a movie like this. 87.
94% for the popcorn meter.
94. Wow.
And just out of plumb curiosity, I was curious what Raiders of the Lost Ark did, because I don't think
Yeah.
we were doing the tomato and popcorn meter when we discussed Raiders of the Lost Ark.
No.
Tomato meter on Raiders was 94%, so
Okay.
it was higher. Popcorn meter was 96% on Raiders.
Oh,
So
wow.
I didn't look at Temple of Doom because I figured we'll probably get to Temple of Doom at some point, and we can
Yeah, let's not
discuss that
spoil it.
then. So yeah. But yeah, those were the numbers. I just love this movie. It's so good.
It's pretty
I
good.
love
Yeah.
it. It's so fun.
I don't know that it's my favorite though.
I would agree.
Okay.
I think Raiders is my favorite. I think Raiders is the best. I haven't watched Dial of Destiny, but I can't imagine it's better than this or Raiders.
No. But like I would say it's Raiders, then it's this,
Mhm.
then it's probably Dial,
Mhm.
and then that's all the Indiana Jones movies, right?
So yeah. Temple of Doom. Okay, here's the thing. I was reading when I was doing a little research for this. I guess George Lucas has said that basically this movie, The Last Crusade, was an apology for Temple of Doom.
I've heard that too.
You cut it there. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
I said I've heard that too.
You've heard that too. Okay.
Apology movie that they made it in response to how poorly Temple of Doom was received, and the audience not liking the tone and the direction that it went, and that this was kind of like an apology with them going back to the style of the first movie, Raiders. But I feel like there was some carryover from Doom that is why this movie could have, but did not, in my opinion, become the better Indiana Jones movie.
Okay.
Why do you think it still had some of the campiness. It still had some of the campiness. It still had some of they were trying to inject the humor, the goofiness a little too much. Well, they were trying to inject humor too much, and it came across as goofy and slapsticky at times. Like it just wasn't. It didn't work. I didn't feel like it worked right. Like there was a lot of things, especially with like the Brody character, could have just didn't have to make him such a bumbling fool. Could have just left him as he could have been, maybe he's not great out in the field. Fine. He's an older guy, or, he's just not, he's not a great field agent, perhaps. Cool. But they made him, and he's supposed to be on Indy's level. He's supposed to be right there with Indy, right? Supposed to be kind of similar in the same field or whatever. Or is he?
You're talking about Marcus, right? Was it?
Yeah, Marcus.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot his last name. Yes. Okay. We're on the same page here. Yeah. No. Yeah. I agree with you. I think that there was it, especially so when him and John Rhys Davies are
solid.
being attacked, he's telling him to run.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And he's like, run. What? And he keeps telling him, Marcus is smarter than this.
Right.
And then he stops for a second and he looks back and he's like, run, and I don't know. I agree with you. That was a little.
It's made him like a doddering old fool. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It was just a little, like I said, just little things like that where it was just a little, the humor came off as campy. And I didn't feel like there was humor in the first one, but it was, I don't want to say incidental, but it was more it was a little drier and it worked better for the tone and everything.
Yeah. I agree with you.
That's my big critic of the movie.
Yeah. I don't know what it was necessarily. So there was that, but really watching this, I don't really. I'm trying to put my finger on what it was why I think Raiders is better. I don't know.
It feels a little more believable.
It does. I mean, even though you're using Christian mythology and you're using you're using the Ark of the Covenant and whatever.
Yeah.
And they're using the same thing with the Holy Grail. Christ drank from on his last night.
I mean, it's really like, it's almost not a shot for shot remake, but like beat for beat, they kind of replicated what they did with Raiders. Like down to at the very end with the guy like turning old rapidly is also in line with the melting of the face.
Yeah. I thought that when I was rewatching this, because I'd forgotten that he had aged super quick. And I'm like, oh, this is the Nazis melting in Raider at the end of Raiders.
More Nazis.
And even when they're like, when there's the whole chase, which it's fun to watch, but the whole chase scene where they're like in the desert, and they're on top of the vehicles and all that stuff, and Indy's like fighting. There's a tank and everything. I felt like that was reminiscent of Raiders when
fighting.
There's a very similar, similar scene. So I think maybe that was it. Maybe that's I think they played it a little too safe, whereas Temple of Doom, they obviously played it a little they gave too much liberties with Temple of Doom. I think they just kind of went a little bit dark. They went, I don't know. Temple of Doom doesn't fit the same tone. This fits the tone, but it almost fits the tone too closely, I guess. But I mean, all that said, I did enjoy this movie. I enjoy watching it. When I watch it, it's fun to watch. If there wasn't Raiders of the Lost Ark, this would be my favorite. Like it's just a great Indiana Jones movie. It's a great adventure. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun. So
they introduce some good characters, with the Sean Connery as the father, which Sean Connery is the father. Like he's this is kind of Connery entering into that golden age of actors. He's like he's entering into that older man, distinguished gentleman, I guess, if you will, leaving behind his action hero days and transitioning over to, I don't know what you would call it, more of like the wayward, or not wayward, there's the knowledgeable older man, I guess. In this movie, like we don't see him playing older characters like this before, really. Not that I can think of, but I'm not super familiar with Connery's, whole catalog of movies outside of like 007 and the big ones. But as far as I can remember, he really wasn't playing older until here. And even though he really is only, I think, like 10, maybe a little, like 10 or 11 years older than Harrison Ford whenever they're filming this, like there's not much of an age difference, but he's playing his father. So that works. Yeah.
No, I think Connery was fun. He was fun. I enjoyed really all the scenes he was in, with the exception of the last one. Like I don't like the whole scene where he's dying and then he's like speaking exactly what Indy's going through. But that's writing. I don't think that's any fault of Sean Connery. That's just what the script had, said to do.
I wonder if maybe they were going for more of a father trying to still like not dictate, but like tell his son what to do, like trying to not impart what, what I'm saying, like he's trying to, his son's like going through doing the work, so he's narrating it along the way to kind of help, like, okay, next you need to do this thing, and then like walking him through the steps as he goes. That's kind of, looking back on it, I could kind of read it that way, as how maybe they were trying to go with it, but it didn't come across that way. It came across more like lazy narrative, for lack of a better term there.
Yeah.
But
no, you're fine. I mean, I agree. I still think, I think Harrison Ford and Sean Connery are great, like playing off of each other in this. I think they do an excellent job, but I would agree with that a little bit. I wish this movie would have kind of made a more point of, they don't really explore this, I guess, until like the new Indiana Jones game that's out, that's canon with the whole thing. And he gets addressed about his father. The new Indiana Jones game takes place between Raiders and Last Crusade. And somebody talks to him about his father, and he kind of knows that maybe like Marion was pregnant, but he's not entirely sure. Anyway, my point is somebody addresses that like the only reason you're running from this is because you don't want to be like your father. Like you don't want to be a father like your father is. And I like that. I kind of wished, obviously, this was back in '89. This game is in 2000, came out in 2025. So there was a lot of time to add that in there. But I kind of wish they would have addressed some more of those issues because I do miss Marion in this.
Yeah.
For if anything for Crystal Skulls, it was great to see Marion back. I loved it. I wish she would have been in this. Yeah. Does she come back and dial? Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, I wish she would have been in this one. Doom made sense because it was before Raiders. But yeah, I think there would have been something that would be good to address. I mean, you know, Indy talks, he's pretty open about like how poor of a father he thinks that Sean Connery was.
Let's address that. How was Sean Connery's, was Henry Jones a good father to Junior?
I don't think so. He wasn't present. Like, he was, you know, he even says, like, I let you do your own thing. Like, that was me being a good father. It's letting you do. No, it's not, Henry. Like, that's being a lazy father. Like, you know, he was wrapped in himself.
Maybe not lazy. I think he was, yeah, exactly. He was wrapped up in his own quest and he was being a little self-involved. And that led to him allowing Indy to pursue his own interests free with parental guidance or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I would agree. Maybe not the best father figure, and I can understand it. Like, I feel like it kind of, in some ways, informs Indiana Jones as a character a bit. You can kind of read between the lines and see a little bit of like his character and like how he's a little gruff at times and short with people. But at the same time, I feel like it doesn't entirely. I feel like there would be more negatively on Indy if this was like the true father figure. I feel like there was a father figure in his life that maybe we're just not aware of.
Yeah,
like somebody that helped raise him, or somebody that like a teacher or a mentor of some sort that helped guide him a lot more.
Well, is that
like
Marcus?
His actual father? Was it Marcus?
Is it Marcus? I'm legitimately asking. Like, I don't know. I mean, maybe he seems very close with Marcus.
Yeah,
you know,
he was
I don't
about
know
the same age as Sean Connery's. Henry Jones. So weren't they like alumni together or something like that? They had the whole like handshake and mantra and everything.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Okay, so yeah, maybe he helped raise him with Henry there. Perhaps. Yeah. That might explain, like, you know, him being as goofy as he is in this movie, how that softened the blow from Henry being a little bit of a less present father, perhaps.
Yeah.
But
that could have been. I mean, I think that there's history there, definitely. Like, even in Raiders, like, you're like, oh, okay, these guys have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
You know?
Which, a different Brody back then, for sure. And that's just like what, a couple years before? Like, what's the time gap between these two movies?
I don't remember. I haven't quite finished the game yet, but the game takes place in 36, maybe 1936. I don't know. I'd have to look, because it does tell you in both movies what year it is. They're both in the 30s.
Yeah, this is 38, I remember.
Yeah. So maybe Raiders was like 35 or something, and then I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
But
all right.
Yeah.
I mean, dealing with Nazis both times. Does anybody hate Nazis more than Indiana Jones? Perhaps maybe Superman punching out.
Yeah.
Hitler is about the more so.
Yeah. He gets his autograph.
That's true.
that scene was ridiculous. Like, in fun fact, they had used like a lot of those uniforms, those Nazi uniforms they were using were were like original, like real uniforms. They had found them like in Germany. They'd found like a cache full of just these authentic uniforms that they decided to use. There was a few of them that were replicas, but most of them were authentic that they were using during that
What do you
book
think
burning
Spielberg
scene.
did with those after the fact?
Throw them on the fire.
He had to. He had to
put a few in a museum, maybe. But yeah.
No, I doubt it. Like they destroy that kind of stuff, right? I
would think so. I mean, the flags and everything. I don't know how you would be like no one's gonna. You don't want anybody taking those home, right?
Yeah.
Like, so
perpetuate that. So
yeah.
But man, anyways,
Henry but it is
Jones Jr. They took the name
Indiana
from
Jones.
the dog. Indiana was the name of the dog.
Yes.
So,
yes.
what's the origin there? Like, when did Henry Jones Jr. decide, you know what? I'm going to go by Indiana in honor of this dog that I loved growing up. I want to know the backstory there. I feel like that doesn't get addressed.
It doesn't. I like to think that, so he loved the dog enough. And I think that he hated his father enough where he didn't want to carry on the name of Henry Jones. So he's like, well, what's something that I loved? That dog Indiana was great. Let's just use this.
You think Henry didn't like the dog so much? Henry just like tolerated the dog, and he was like,
Probably so. Henry wouldn't have even done anything with the dog. It's Indy's dog, so he just would have been like, oh, he's taking care of it.
Yeah.
Based on,
That's true.
Their relationship that they've had, I guess.
So the whole opening scene, it's young Indiana Jones.
Oh,
and
great.
River Phoenix. We get this whole like sequence with him and like the Boy Scouts, and he finds this cross from I forget who, Coronado. No.
Yeah. I think it was
whoever.
Coronado. Yeah.
And he tries to take it back to his dad. This belongs in a museum. So like that's the classic line. This is like the Oedipus, or the origin of this belongs in a museum. Takes the cross back to his dad. They end up handing it back over to the robbers, who take it and sell it, and then eventually hunts down and gets the cross back from the guy. And then that's kind of the end of that little like story. So we have like this like 10-15 minute opening story where I feel like we could have done more, but it feels like they almost tried to like fit like an extra Indiana Jones adventure into this one movie. And it doesn't really, other than establishing that his father was working on this quest all the way back in this time, whenever he should have been like maybe more taking care of his son a little bit more, it doesn't really do much, I feel like, to Indiana Jones as a whole. I mean, you kind of like set up some tropes, like he finds the whip and he gets the hat, and then there's the line and everything,
snakes and all that. Like he's scared of snakes now because of that.
Well, he didn't seem like he's scared of them then.
Well, I guess that's true, but I don't know why else they would have shown that, though, if it wasn't to show like, because I hate snakes. I think he hates snakes as much as he hates Nazis.
Maybe a Nazi snake might be
the
worst thing for him. But do you think they could have done something better there? Like, could we have answered some more questions, or maybe tied up some other loose ends, or given some better backstory, perhaps?
I think short answer, yes. I think, though, in order to do that, they would have had to devote more than 15 minutes. I think that could have been a movie in and of itself, just with River Phoenix playing that role. I don't know. I think they could have added more to kind of flesh out some of his tropes and everything a little more. And definitely, I think they could have shown more of his relationship, or lack thereof, with his father, to kind of build on that more, because really, like, we don't see much of that in that opening scene. The only reason we really know a lot about that is because of just them talking about it later on in the movie.
Later.
Yeah, exposition later. So yeah, I think they could have done that. But all that said, like I had a lot of fun watching that 15 minutes though. I think the train scene was shot really, really well. It was super fun to watch. And I had forgotten that he had actually initially gets away with that cross. I thought they had taken it from him then. And obviously, watched the movie and I saw that wasn't the case. But
spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I really liked River Phoenix in that role.
Did River Phoenix want to play him in the TV show they did, The Young Indiana Jones? He did.
I don't think he did. I don't know who they got to do that. Harrison Ford actually was the one that suggested River Phoenix play young Indiana Jones, which I thought was interesting. Yeah. I think he's really good for the role, but
yeah. Yeah, I feel like there could have been a whole nother movie there. But like that might have been interesting to see as like for them to do as a movie between the movies, or they could have done the Young Indiana Jones series, and like the pilot could have been him finding this cross and everything and going to hunt it down, and then he takes it back to his father. Like that's the whole episode, is him getting this cross and like outrunning these bad guys and hiding from him. In the end of the episode, he gives it back to his dad, and then they end up giving it back to the robbers in the first place. Then right before you end the episode is where you have Indiana Jones, like Harrison Ford, on the boat getting it back, and then that's the opening of the movie. Then you launch into your movie. You do them together.
Yeah,
but
you could have
do that kind of thing back then.
They didn't know. I think they would have done that now. Like totally, that would have been something they could do now. But back then, and I don't know. I think I don't even know when Young Indiana Jones when that series.
I think it was like the early 90s. I think it was after this. Like they were like, this is the last of the Indiana Jones movies, and then they the series is kind of like a way to continue doing something Indiana. I've never seen the show.
1992 it ran for 2 seasons. I guess Harrison Ford was in it, just if even for just like part of an episode or something,
like narration or something.
It could be. But yeah, I don't know. I think by that point, I think they probably missed their boat on that. I think if they would have maybe started that right after this movie came out, they probably would have, had some hype still going for it. But I don't know. After 2 years, I don't think that. I'm sure those movies. Well, obviously, like we looked at the gross, like the movie was super popular.
Yeah,
but it's also, I think, it's also something that has increased in popularity over time as well, with stuff like Star Wars and just all that stuff that's, we find nostalgic now. And you've got new generations finding these things, and with streaming services and all that, I think that if this would, I guess I'm going back on what I was saying, if this would come out now, I think it would do well.
The show or this movie?
The show. If they would have to do it, it'd have to be like a prestige sort of TV series. I don't know if they
tried
could
to do it with the National Treasure franchise, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is it just doesn't work. Like maybe Young Indiana Jones, maybe it could work. I don't know. Like, a prestige for sure. It couldn't be played for laughs. It had to be taken seriously, but it had to be a limited series.
And if it was either a limited series or if it was a continuing series, it would have to be the entire season is one adventure.
Oh yeah.
Episodically. They couldn't do it like, I don't know how they did it with the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles. I imagine back then in the 90s, it was probably, it opened and closed. The end of the episode, the story's closed, and it's on to the next adventure.
Yeah.
It would need to be a continual thing over 10 or 12 episodes or something like that to, I think,
With
really
maybe like something that arcs over a couple seasons, perhaps, if you
yeah
did it like that. Yeah.
yeah you could have like a certain villain or something, that
Yeah.
he keeps kind of like his what is it, Moriarty for Sherlock Holmes or something. I can't
Yeah.
remember, but it's just kind of keeps this just a thorn in his side every season. He kind of keeps showing up or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Anyway, we kind of getting off on a tangent there, I guess.
Yeah,
But
that's right.
yeah. Yeah. So what I thought was funny was that so both Henry and Indy spent the night with the same woman. And
Yeah, that was a little weird to me.
like, oh man, that would be a shocker.
Yeah. That one was a little odd to me. I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Had
But
Disney have owned this at the time, I don't think it would
definitely
have
wouldn't have been a thing.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't have. It wouldn't have been a thing. No.
But yeah, I mean, I guess like it definitely like it skirts the line, and it's passable, not okay, but passable only because neither one of them knew until after the fact.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that makes it like, I mean, it's still like, but it's cringy, but it's like a miscommunication, but it feels unnecessary. Like, I don't know why we needed that in there. I guess maybe like, cause to show that Sean Connery's still a stud, I guess. I don't know. It just felt unnecessary.
I think it was a maybe a little bit of that, but I think it was like, hey, let's try to shoehorn a joke in here.
Yeah.
And we'll put it in a spot that they both find this out, because when she says like, or whatever. But yeah, speaking of jokes, so what was your favorite joke in the movie? What do you think would have been your favorite joke?
I don't know if it's a joke. I don't think it's a joke. And this is gonna sound awful, but one of my favorite parts in the whole movie is where they're on the beach and they're still getting dive bombed by that last airplane, and Henry Jones goes by with the umbrella. Yeah, and he gets the birds to fly up.
Oh
and,
yeah.
hit the plane, and the plane crashes, and he gives that quote about let the rocks and the trees and the birds or whatever be my army or something like that.
Yeah.
I like that part.
That was good.
Probably one of my favorite parts.
That was good. Mine was really a toss up. Like, I thought it was really funny when they are in the fireplace and it keeps opening to this. Yeah. Those Nazis are in there, like the communications room or something. And the first time they don't see him, and then the second time they do see him, and it's just this whole like thing that's going back and forth, and it's almost like I don't know, like almost reminded me of like an old Three Stooges episode or something, where it's just everyone's running in and out,
but that humor worked. I felt like that worked.
Yeah, it did work. It worked. It went with the tone of the movie, and I thought that one was fine.
What was he said as he's circling around? Henry says. He said something. I can't remember what it was, but I remember thinking that was really funny too. Yeah, it was something he says while they're circling around, and that was really funny.
I can't remember what it was. Yeah.
I just like whenever they're in that and they keep circling around, and then finally that one woman who's on the phone or whatever, she turns around and she looks at him, and they're like, "Hey," she's like, "Hi."
Yeah,
and she yells out for everybody. She's like, "Ah!" I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah,
it was subtle, but it was funny.
It was, yeah. And my other favorite part was, or joke, I guess, was when his big Nazi villain, that's like, I don't remember what his name was, but he's the guy that's constantly chasing him, and they're on the Zeppelin, and he like throws him out the window, and then he looks back, he says no ticket, and everyone starts pulling their tickets out. Like that went with the movie. That was an Indiana Jones, like that was in line with
Indy quip.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah, so
that gets
good.
quoted, like referenced in so many different movies. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's so good. Oh man. So what? I guess maybe that was my favorite line too. Did you have a favorite line in the movie at all?
What's that?
Did you have a favorite line in the movie?
No, I guess No Ticket. That's a pretty good one. Like I can't.
That's mine too.
Nothing else really sticks out much. That or He Chose Poorly. Like that one's that's a good like.
Yeah.
Especially like meme wise, that's a great one. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like other than that, like not a whole lot sticks out for me in this one.
Yeah.
As far as like memorable lines.
Mm-hmm.
How about you? Did you have one?
It was the No Ticket. It was the No Ticket, I think. Yeah, I think that one was it. It's just it's classic. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think it was in character when the whole cave or whatever is falling apart there at the end because what's her name took the Grail past the seal, and she reaches for it and she's more obsessed with that than saving herself, and she falls and dies. And then Indy starts to do the same thing. I don't know if that do you think that was in character for him or not, after he just told her like forget about it? Or do you think he's just so mesmerized by this?
I think it's like a little bit of like a like he's mesmerized, like there's like a pull to it. Like it's like calling to him subconsciously, and he forgets for a minute like what the situation and the circumstance is, and he's like, no, I can get it. Like it's like Gollum in the ring, like he just can't resist it. The person closest to it can't resist it. I feel like there's like a little bit of a pull to it, and it's like temptation is what it is. I feel like, and so his dad pulls him back from the abyss, I think, and he snaps out of it, and that's whenever he's like, oh wait, let's get out of here.
That makes sense.
That whole bit where she's got the cup, she clearly wasn't paying attention whenever the guy told her it can't leave, and she proceeded to try and take it out anyways. So either she didn't hear him, she ignored him, and she thought she knew better, or I don't know what, but she starts taking that cup across the seal, and she's like crazed, like she's turning back to Indy. She's like, we can take it, it's for us, we can leave now. If she would have just like turned and ran out with the cup, do you think she would have been able to get out okay? Or because she turned around and like was craven or whatever, got thrown off her balance and dropped the cup and fell, and it felt a little like, I feel like she could have like kept going and been okay, but it was a weird stumble.
I think that in the universe that they're in, and with the way that like Raiders, when the angels come out of the ark and they're I think that there would have been no way for that Grail to pass, like to leave. Something would have happened and stopped it. Whether it's
like she just like
she has a heart attack and just drops dead. I don't know. I mean, and even like the Templar that's in there, that's been there for years and years, which was just
700 years.
So awesome.
Which what are you doing for 700 years?
He's guarding the Grail. That's literally all he's doing.
Do you think he's maintaining all that machinery that's in there to keep the blades spinning and sharp and clean, because they're polished?
Did you see the cobwebs that were around there? Like
that's
all
true.
that
maybe that's just for aesthetic.
He's got like a cobweb machine, and he's just like spraying webs out there.
Or he just leaves them there. Like all the machinery's behind. Like when Indy fell through that little floor, there was like there were walkways and stuff underneath of it. Like that's where he's at. Like that looked clean.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Where he was.
Well, that's true.
He was going around underneath and maintaining the machinery.
Just cleaning house and everything down there. I mean, what else are you gonna do? Yeah,
I think somebody's got to 700 some odd years. There's no way all that's still working.
Well, I know. I'm like, my mind, just a 10-year-old's mind. I'm like, where's he going to the bathroom at? Like in this place, if he can't, like, what's he eating? Like, where's he?
He's drinking all the time. Like they stay young or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know.
But it wasn't. There's got to be a bathroom.
yeah.
Well, they didn't have plumbing 700 years ago. I guess he's just going in the corner somewhere.
Maybe that's what's in all those other grails.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe that's why our big baddie died so quick, right? He's drinking 700-year-old urine. All right. So one of my favorite parts of this movie is when they're in Venice and they go to that library and they end up breaking through the floor and they go down through the tunnels, and it's just like
marks the spot.
It's so much just adventure, like doing that, and it's they're walking with the rats, and then they find this tomb down there, and you're just like, oh my gosh! Like I remember reenacting that scene as a kid. Like I would, you go out in the backyard and you'd be playing, or whatever, and that was one scene that I would reenact a lot. It was just it just seemed like so much fun just to find a secret entrance to some tomb, and work your way through there. And I mean, I don't know, like that to me is like the epitome of like Indiana Jones, is just little things like that are in these movies.
And that's why these movies like really work for a younger audience, and why they play so well for kids is just because it's like that sense of adventure that it like feeds in you. And kind of like stokes a fire for that. And it's a good thing that the movies like this they can work for younger audiences. Like, there's not really much in this movie where you're like, okay, turn away, or you can't be in here for this part, because for the most part, this movie works with a younger audience, depending on how young your audience is, but it can work for a younger audience and feeds that sense of adventure, if you will.
It does,
for sure.
And I think you're right. Like, I mean, even the parts that are a little bit like more adult, like they're subtle. If you are younger, you're not going to understand what's going on. With that.
Like the romance is kind of like, it's a little like schoolboyish. Like he just kind of like, I didn't really like that, by the way. Like their whole like romance scene, like it just felt like very, I don't know, like it was written by like a fourth grader or something.
It felt forced. I felt like it was just like, like
cheesy.
It was fine for them to be like, they interacted with each other, and like they're going through that tomb together under the library, and
that's all fine.
I was even fine with them
like in the hotel. That's the one that like it's just a little too schoolboy like. I don't know, it was weird.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't. It worked. The romance that was written with him and Marion worked. Like, it works,
and it felt like they were trying to replicate that a little bit, but they gave them both that antagonist energy, and it didn't work. It just felt like weird.
Well, and then they're making her like she ends up being a villain, so you're just like, I don't know. Like I didn't. That part kind of fell flat to me. That she was like, oh, she's a Nazi. You're like,
reluctantly so. They tried to make her the bad guy, but they also tried to give her heart and make her relatable almost. And it just she couldn't be in both. It was she was an opportunist for sure. Like definitely like whatever she felt like was the winning side, she's where she's gonna go. But I didn't like her character too much.
No,
I didn't. Better
either.
than what's her name in the second one for sure. But
oh my gosh, she is just like so. We'll get to that whenever we talk about Temple of Doom.
So much to burn through on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, this movie really, it never lets up. Like almost never lets up on the action. It's constantly something going on. And I think, again, like you're saying, like that's I think what appealed to me when I was younger watching this movie. It's just fun, like the whole way through. And Raiders was the same way. And that's just what you're wanting out of this, I guess. I don't know. I loved watching it.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Adventure, excitement. Maybe not for a Jedi, but it's for Indy for sure.
That's right. I'm kind of surprised. The reason that they killed him off in The Force Awakens because Harrison Ford was done playing that character. Like he just did not want to play. He didn't want to play Han Solo anymore. I'm kind of surprised that he has came back twice to do more Indiana Jones a little bit.
I feel like it's because Indy's like his guy. Like Indiana, I feel like he probably relates the most to as far as like the characters he's played. And yeah, I think that's what it is. I feel like it's probably his most beloved character, or playing the president. But other than that,
Air Force One is good. That's a good movie. Was it just me? Did I seemed like this movie? I started noticing Harrison Ford's aging a little bit in this movie. Not like he was, he's like walking with a cane, or whatever, like he's on death's door. But there were certain shots where, like, you look at that compared to Raiders or Temple of Doom, which, granted, those were, 81, and then Doom came out in 83 or something like that. It was a few years before this. But there's a few shots where I'm like, oh, I can start to see the old man Harrison Ford, like we see his face now, as I can start to see it in a couple shots there.
He's getting a little grizzled.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I could kind of see that. Yeah. Where the bones creaking a little here and there. Hey, he pulled it back around for 2 more movies, so
yeah,
and possibly another one. There's another one apparently they're in the works on.
Really? Wow.
He's got to pass the torch off to somebody, but we'll get into that.
They would have to go back and do like adventures, like earlier adventures, because they couldn't just like pass it off to, I don't know. I'm trying to think of some really old actor. But you don't want to have like a 95-year-old Harrison Ford. There we take Bryan Cranston. Okay, yeah. But I mean, you don't want to have like some 95-year-old Indiana Jones, like, like trying to find the mystery of the nursing home, like what's hidden behind, like, or
where's
something.
my pudding?
Yeah. But yeah, they would. This is something they could continue to make movies on, because he could have countless adventures, right?
Yeah. Especially like if they do games based off of them, or they go animated. Like, there's the sky's limit there. But I don't feel like that's the answer. I do have an answer for it, but we'll get into that later.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I got just a couple more things I want to touch on.
Yeah, hit him, because I'm about to tap that on it. Go ahead.
Just a few like cinematography things that I really liked, behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, but just like making of movies. I like the way with the knight in the Holy Grail scene. He's almost black and white. He's lit differently in a way that he stands out, but he also looks ancient. And I like the way they did that. Like he stands out. He's like black and white against like that kind of tan taupe. And gold and everything that's around him, and Indiana Jones and all that. And it just makes him look like a ghostly figure. And I really like that touch. It's really nice. It's subtle, but it commands so much from the movie. The notebook that Henry Jones makes of all the clues for this that he's captured along the ways, like to write in that thing for decades and have just this one notebook filled with all these like ideas and thoughts and theories and clues and hints and stuff like that. Somebody's job it was, a prop master's job it was, to go through and make this notebook and fill it with all this different stuff that never got seen. I want to see that original notebook and just flip through it and look through it and see all the different pages and like the different things that they wrote in it. I feel like that'd be
drawings
really cool to see.
and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's just really cool. I think Adam Savage recreated the notebook for himself. Like he made
he did really
for himself. Yeah. Like screen grabs and like different notes from the prop master, and he went through and he recreated it as best he could and made like his own version up and everything.
That's
like
cool.
That's pretty cool. But the notebook is a really cool prop, and I would like to see it one day. That'd be really cool to just to see it and go through it. I think would be really, even just like one that somebody replicated for themselves would be kind of cool to go and see and just hold. But like little things like that.
Fun thing. I know I keep going back to this, but it's just it's been so much fun playing it. The game, you like have your own notebook, like Indy's notebook, and like if you need to go back and look at clues for like puzzles and stuff, you open that notebook up and you're like flipping back to different pages, and he'll like things will fill in like he's drawn, stuff. And so it's kind of like that, And it's
that's pretty
fun.
Cool.
It's fun,
Interesting. I'm gonna leave off on. Okay, I got two more.
Okay,
two quick ones.
Sure.
One, how was Henry Jones supposed to burn through the ropes that they were tied up with the lighter? Like, how was that going to work? I don't know.
Especially the way holding it. Like,
you
even burn your suit before you burn
you catch yourself on fire.
The ropes
gonna, like, I don't know. That one bugs me. That he like just kind of threw that at his dad. He's like, "Hey, burn through the ropes real quick." And what was he doing? Like, why couldn't he? Like, I don't know. Anyways, that one bugged me. But last one. The Rolls Royce, the guy traded like all his army supplies to get. Like, I feel like the tank that he gave him would have been worth more than the Rolls Royce. Am I wrong?
Oh, probably, but
the tank and the horse and the guns and all the stuff, I feel like would have been worth. Like, how could he couldn't have gotten his own Phantom 3 Rolls Royce? Were they that rare or something? I'm not familiar. I'm not a car guy. I don't know specifically, but I feel like. I don't know. I feel like he could have gotten one pretty easily.
Was it like, I would have to look it up. I don't know if the Rolls Royce was like German engineered. So it was like just a special, like, you're not going to get it outside of Nazi Germany at the time or something like that. Like, I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Be interesting.
I don't know. I thought it was a British one. Maybe I'm probably wrong.
Maybe it is. I
don't know.
I'm not a car guy either. I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean,
somebody's screaming at us. Like,
as far as like early 100th century, 19th century automobiles go, that's a beautiful car for sure.
Oh yeah,
I can see why as a collector you'd want it. It's gorgeous. I don't know. I don't know what it's worth. I don't know what it would have cost at the time. I don't know where it's manufactured. But I gotta imagine he could have gotten one of those just as easily as he got tanks.
Probably could have. But it's the joke. Right? Of like, we're willing to give you like, here's a whole chest full of money and like jewels gold, and all this stuff, gold, and he's like, nah, I want this Rolls Royce.
Right.
Okay. And I like how their leader is just like, all right, we'll give it to him. Like, give him keys are in the engine, or whatever he says. Like, I can't remember.
Yeah, because he's like, I can just get another one of these.
Yeah, exactly.
But you saying that all I got.
You saying that made me think of just one other tidbit that I had seen that I kind of got lost in my notes here. So the horses they used at the end, they were on loan from the King of Jordan at the time.
Oh,
so it kind of like the Nazis like have the king to get all the tanks and stuff, and you saying that kind of made me think of that was kind of cool that the horses were royalty, I guess, that they were using at the end of the movie there. But
all right, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You got any further final thoughts from you?
That's all I got on Last Crusade. I like it. I still like Raiders better, but this is a fun movie to rewatch. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good.
It was fun. Definitely a second for sure.
Yeah,
second Indy.
Yeah.
All right. Retro Ramble from last week.
Yeah, Retro Ramble. So it went in with Indiana Jones. What's an ancient mystery that you would like to see an Indiana Jones movie based around? And it could be at any point in Indy's life. I guess I'll go first. Yeah. So I did some research. I'm like, what are some ancient mysteries that have yet to be solved? I had no idea. Cleopatra's tomb has never been found. They do not know where it's at. So I think there would be like maybe one of his first adventures, like abroad, is him like going on some like legit archaeological dig and like finding through the series of events. It leads him to Cleopatra's tomb, and he's got some antagonist that's like, oh, this is mine. You found this, but like, I'm going to kill you here and I'm going to claim it for myself, or whatever. And just, the typical Indiana Jones. And yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun. It would fit. It would fit the Indiana Jones sort of, I guess themes that we have already. But yeah, I'd thought about like doing like an Americana one, like the Lost Colony of Roanoke or something, but I felt like that feels more like a National Treasure movie than it does like Indiana Jones. Just feels like, I don't know, to me it feels like international.
I would agree. It's very like, like we're going after mummies, we're going after ancient history, ancient history, like pre-America ancient history, like I feel like the better of the Indiana Jones films seem to follow along biblically. Maybe Finding the Lost Ark.
They do,
or something like that. I think this is where I think we can bring the franchise back to life here.
Okay.
Indiana Jones goes for the Fountain of Youth, right? He finds the Fountain of Youth and he takes a sip from the Fountain of Youth and is de-aged, and then we can recast him.
So they can just keep it's like Doctor Who. He's just like transformed into another.
But he only gets like the last like few drops. So like that's it. Like you do it once and then that's it. You've burned it. But like it de-ages him enough that we can recast as somebody younger. Somebody maybe early 30s, late 20s, something like that. Yeah. And then we set off on all new adventures. And then like we can keep going. So then he can be like in like, the 80s and 90s and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Okay. I don't disagree with you. I thought about the Fountain of Youth. I hadn't thought about it going as far as de-aging our hero. But that is a good way to get more Indiana Jones in. Can you imagine him like, I don't know, he's like, what's something very 80s that he would be like, I don't know, be flying on like American Airlines or something to try to get to
well, they had him flying on Pan Am at one point, didn't they? And like
they did.
So that's very Americana.
Yeah.
Maybe he could like hook up with the Gates family and they could do like a National Treasure Indiana Jones type of thing.
There's nothing I would love to see more than Harrison Ford and Nicolas Cage together trying to solve some mystery. That's the movie we need. That's what we need.
I would agree.
The sequel that we want.
Okay. Move on to Go Under the Seat. This is our comment section. I'm gonna just go ahead and address. We got some comments in the live right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
While we're at it, Travis Mitchell. Hey, what's up, guys? Last Crusade is better than Raiders, but I think Temple may be the most rewatchable. All right, and then he gives us his favorite quote here. We named the dog Henry Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
or we named the dog Indy.
Dog Indy. Yeah. That's interesting. I will be honest with you, Travis. It has been a while since I have watched Temple of Doom. It's probably my least watched one. I remember the last time I watched it, I didn't care for it as much as Raiders and Last Crusade. But now that you've said that, I am excited to go back and rewatch Temple now that you've said it. So it'd be interesting to see kind of what our fresh eyes take is on it, and see if we align with you. So
another comment here, Adventure Podcasts writes, The Last Crusade might not be the best, but it might be my favorite, mostly because of the memories attached to it from whenever I first watched it as a kid. I saw it in Spanish in my Dominican Republican as a kid. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, I think like the first time I watched this one, I think I was a kid too. I was young. I don't. Probably like early 90s. I think like it was the first time I really watched all of them. like with some friends. Like we probably sat down and we watched all of them, and over like a weekend. So yeah, it's probably like whenever I first watched this one too. You remember the first time you watched it?
No, I don't. I don't.
It's just been in the lexicon.
It's always it's always been. It's eternal, right? It's always been.
You were little when this one came out.
Yeah. I was like 2, I guess, when this movie came out. But yeah, I don't remember it. Again, it was another one of those, like, all 3 of them were at our Aunt Kathy's house, and I know that's where I watched it at first. I just don't remember actually watching it for the first time. I do remember being impressed though with that scene, the library scene. Like I said earlier in the episode, it was just
X marks the spot.
Yeah.
Which I think was a nice little, like, where in the beginning earlier on he says, X never marks the spot as he's talking to his students.
Mm-hmm.
Sure enough, X marks the spot.
Yep.
Very poetic almost, if you will.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, a couple more here from a couple of the clips and stuff that we have out there. We were talking about Halo and replaying Halo, and Labsy, who was in watching us live here over on Instagram, says Halo was the next level gaming. I need a video to explain the memories and the nostalgia of those moments. We covered Halo way back early.
One of our first episodes, episode 5 or 6 or something like that.
Yeah, it was like first 10.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun one. I think that might be one of those ones that we go back and we'll either redo in a few years or probably cover through extending into like the sequels and stuff like that.
Yeah. It would be fun. It would be fun to go back because they've got they're remaking the game. Should be out this year or next year. It would be fun to play the remake and then go back and discuss. Yeah. With like updated graphics and everything. I think there's a lot of backlash on it right now because last I heard they were using a lot of AI to remake it, but I'll still play it. But it would be interesting. It would be interesting to play that and then go back and talk about the original in comparison with the remake of it, just to see how they compare. But,
yeah, because you could probably, as long as they don't expand on it too much, you could replay it pretty quickly, I feel like. Yeah. Another person who's in the chat over on Instagram here, talking about our Back to the Future 2 reboot idea. One of the clips we had out there, he says this is a pretty cool idea. That is Adventure Podcast. Picked us up there. That's where they first found us and joined us here in the live chat with another little comment there about growing up in the Dominican Republic watching Indiana Jones as a kid. Which brought about our conversation of when's the first time you watched it. But so anyways, we got more, but we'll save some for the next few episodes. We'll go through those. With that, we're running pretty long on this episode. I'm starting to lose my voice. Excuse me. So I'm gonna hit you with our retro ramble. And we'll be ready for next week, and then we'll be out of here. My retro ramble for you for next week is: what's one show your kids have now that you wish you had growing up? So we'll talk about that next week when we come back. And thanks for watching. Do you have one more thing?
What are we doing next week? Let's let everybody know.
Yeah, that's right. Next week is our anniversary episode. This whole thing started. We did Ninja Turtles for the first episode, the original Ninja Turtles movie. Then on our anniversary, we did Ninja Turtles 2. This year we're coming up on our second anniversary, leading into our third year. So we'll be doing Ninja Turtles 3. The not everybody's favorite, but we're gonna cover it anyways.
We're gonna check it out. Well, I mean, we watched The Mask at one point, so what can be worse than that?
That's true. That's true. So yes, let us know what's one show that you grew up, or that your kids have now, or that kids in general have now, that you wish you had growing up. We'll answer that question next week in the Retro Ramble section, toward the end of the episode. And we'll be discussing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. send us some questions if you got any. And until then, we'll join you next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to this podcast Takes Tokens. Make sure that you don't miss a single episode by subscribing wherever you are. Give us a like, thumbs up, and all that fun stuff. And as always, be kind, rewind, and until next time, we'll see y'all around.
See ya. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. What is one show your kids have now that you wish you had when you were growing up? I sound like Stephen Hawking. I've been at lunch. I've been watching through some Big Bang Theory, and it's been so long since I've seen it. And like one of the first episodes, Howard brings in this, like, he's like, "Oh, I found this old video of Stephen Hawking giving a lecture, whatever." And like, "Oh, we're like, we'll watch that later." And he's like, "It was before he had a computer voice." So funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, and like, man, we could cover that in a few years.
Yeah, we could. It's coming
up.
up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here.
Yep.
Thanks everybody who hung out with us. We really appreciate it. We love that
thanks.
you were
We
here
do,
with
guys.
us. Join us next week. We'll be talking about Ninja Turtles 3. See y'all around.